Hi, I'm Jeff Katzen, Assistant Curator at the Akron Art Museum, and I'd like to tell you about our latest exhibition, Responsibility to Reveal, 30 Years of the Knight Purchase Award for Photographic Media. Now, this exhibition was drawn out of a whole series of purchases that the museum has made beginning back in 1991. At that time, the Knight Foundation gave us an endowment, and they said use this funding to look over the entire world, find some of the very best photographers working today, and add examples of their work to the museum's collection. So that gave me and all the curators that have come before me a really exciting job to do, to look around and add just the best photographs that we could find to the museum's collection. And that's resulted in pictures from all over the world, from all different subject matter, color, black and white, a really wide variety. So the question became, in organizing this new show, how could we encompass all of that under a single theme and into one show? And I found the answer while reading an interview with LaToya Ruby Frazier, who won the Knight Prize in 2016. She quoted the author and activist James Baldwin because she really liked what he said about the job of an artist. So I'll read that quote. "The artist is distinguished from all other responsible actors in society by his responsibility to reveal all that he can possibly discover concerning the mystery of the human being." Now, LaToya Ruby Frazier really tackles that responsibility. In her photographs, she's documented her life and her family's life in Braddock, Pennsylvania, her hometown. Braddock is the site of the last remaining steel mill in the Pittsburgh area, and so through her photos, Frazier's dealing with how the steel industry, its decline, its environmental pollution, its effects on human health, how all of that has shaped her family life. And she just is very strong-minded and very direct in dealing with those issues. She really tackles that responsibility to reveal that gives the show its title. And I realized she's not the only one doing that. In fact, every artist that has been brought into the museum through the Knight Prize took up that very same responsibility in their own way. And so that's how they could all be brought together. And that's also how we brought in the newest Knight Prize winner, Zanele Muholi, the 2022 Knight Purchase Award winner. Muholi is a South African transgender artist. They're actually the first openly non-binary artist to enter the Akron Art Museum collection, which is maybe a little bit overdue, but also very exciting. And that sense of identity gives Muholi a really strong purpose for their work. So I'll read a quote from the artist here to explain that. Muholi says, "My mission is to rewrite a Black, queer, and trans visual history of South Africa for the world to know of our resistance and existence at the height of hate crimes in South Africa and beyond." So through this sense of purpose, Muholi has documented their community through documentary photography, pictures of other people, but also very strongly through self-portraiture. And that's what we brought into the collection. 2 pictures from a series whose name translates from Zulu as "Hail the Dark Lioness." The word dark there gets at Muholi's skin tone, which they really play up in these pictures by high contrast, by making the white areas of the picture brighter and the darker areas of the picture darker. The pictures really play up dark skin tone. And I think another quote from the artist is helpful here. "The black face and its details become the focal point, forcing the viewer to question their desire to gaze at images of my black figure." So with these high contrast images, Muholi is hoping maybe to stage a little bit of confrontation, to say, what is it that you want to get out of looking at these pictures? And you can ask, what is it that the artist wants to get out of making these pictures? But even beyond that confrontation, the pictures are also just lush and beautiful. They capture skin tone and texture in a way that only photography can do. And that's, I think, why they're such a great winner, this combination of personal identity, of politics, and just visual beauty. These photographs really just have so many wonderful things about them. It's particularly true when you see them in person, so I hope you get a chance to visit the show. And in the exhibition, Muholi's work is surrounded by other self-portrait artists, including John Copeland's, who was the director of the Akron Art Museum, Cindy Sherman, Samuel Fosso. All of them are tackling self-portraiture in very unique and different ways. And then throughout the exhibition, there's a really wide variety. Like I said, it's a fantastic array of different artists. You have Helen Levitt, who lived in New York and made photographs of New York from the 1930s all the way to the 1990s. I don't think anybody knew the streets of New York City better than Helen Levitt. You have Gilbert and George, who made really large-scale, really colorful, like room-sized photographs before Photoshop. with really complicated technique before people thought that photographers could do something like this, combining images, combining colors, and making something so wild. Or Hiroshi Sugimoto, who actually has a picture of a site in Akron, the Akron Civic Theater, where he kept his camera's shutter open for the duration of a whole movie so that it becomes just one white blur that brightens the whole Akron Civic Theater, so you can see it in a new way, and you can think about how a photograph in one image can capture hours worth of time, and how photography has this special magical quality. In a way, I think it's not an exaggeration to say that every artist in this show has a magical quality of their own in their work. As a group, they represent really the best of what's been going on in photography for the past 30 years and beyond. I hope that you have a chance to come to the museum and check out this really exciting exhibition. Thanks.